You know, I find it ironic that she can reach out to somebody she don't know to offer some words of comfort, but you can't reach out to your own daddy who paid for your education, who gave you opportunity in the film industry, like gave you those connections, because those connections are very important to getting jobs. Like, you just sometimes don't just be getting jobs just because you can act. Sometimes you can get a job because of the people you know. And we know that her father helped her get some of those under five lines when she was first pursuing her career. And she didn't want to give recognition to the start of this career that was so important to her. She couldn't give it to her father and show some appreciation for the father that she supposedly loves. Considering he's made some mistakes, the man's not perfect. It came out on the Oprah show about the way her father had portrayed her or went behind her back when he went and spoke to the press. But, you know, who can really blame the man? That would be something that most people would probably do. They would want to be looked at in a certain light. And if people are making you look scraggly and unkept, you're going to try to do something to make yourself look a little bit decent. Who can blame the man for that? So what, he lied to his daughter because the girl get up in his business. He a grown man. He can do what he want to do. He can do what he want to do. And so what, he lied to her. She's doing the exact same thing. So what difference does it make? I bet she didn't tell Oprah she was doing the exact same thing. I bet she didn't say, Oprah, well, you know, sometimes I do contact the press and my PR people, kind of let them know where I'm going to be so that they can get pictures of me when I'm out and about, so I can create some kind of interest in me and people can kind of catch me when I'm not really expecting them. Oh, the press is here. Oh, let me try to act like I'm just doing my normal thing and carrying my child and going somewhere. Do you see how she is upset with her father for doing the exact same thing that she does? So why does it matter at this point? Speak to your father. Give him some credit for the things that he has helped you with. But she can't call and see how her father is doing, but she can contact the tennis player and ask her how she's doing, because she decided to pull out of the press conferences because they gave her anxiety. So Naomi Osaka was contacted by Megan, and Megan has shared her support for her withdrawing from the French Open in May in an effort to help preserve her mental health. Now, you know, who am I to say whether or not someone really needed to pull out of the French Open because of their mental health? But what I do find is that a lot of times, to be strong and to get better, when you have these situations where you don't want to do something, pushing through that and making yourself do things that you don't want to do, or might be or seem like it's damaging to your mental health, really is just an internal struggle with you doing something that you just really don't want to do. So is it really a mental health issue, or is it like, I don't want to do that, my mental health? Like, what is it? I don't know. No one can really say. But I can see this becoming a pattern when people don't want to do certain things because it makes them feel uncomfortable, or they might feel like it's bothersome, or it just gives me anxiety, when really it's something that is challenging you to be better and stronger and to be able to cope. And it's one of those things, I don't know, because I'm starting to hear this even within my professional business. People are telling me that they can't do certain things because their mental health is needs to be protected. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. Really? Or do you just don't want to do it? Oh, but you gonna say it's your mental health. Okay. What can you say? So I can see it becoming one of these things that is the go-to mechanism for not wanting to do something, or because it's difficult to do this mental health thing. So I don't know. But we know Megan tried to give support, and I said, the nerve of you, woman, for giving support to someone that you don't know, but you just not going to give support to your own daddy for what he went through and had to fib to you because he wanted himself to look right. You know, and I think part of the problem is Mr. Mark will need to put his foot down and say, look, woman, child, I'm a grown man. I can do what I want to do. I don't need you telling me not to say or do something. I know I'm doing something for my own interest to make myself look better. And to me, that can be part of the problem with the way she's acting. She's just like this entitled, like, okay, well, shoot, I ain't gonna talk to you. Well, she's doing it at a very bad time because she's on the world stage and people are judging her and looking at the choices that she is making, and she's not faring well. And it's not going to fare well with a lot of the things that they are doing. Another thing that they're doing, and what I wanted to talk to you all about today, was, where is this child? Where is this child? We have not seen Lily since she was born in June. We already in July. Where's the child? And we know that when she first showed her first child, we got like these little peekaboos with a foot and I think, was it an eyeball or something? I don't know. But we are looking at someone who is trying to control the narrative and trying to say, well, I'm going to do it when I want to do it. But at the same time, going to try to also use this as a means to market and to create the first picture phenomenon or hysteria around this child to garner more money. Because that's what she's essentially doing by hiding the child. So she's using it to make money, like playing these games with the press. But you're going to disown your daddy for doing something kind of similar. But you're going to do it to make money. And people are supposed to applaud you like, oh, the baby. We saw the pictures of the baby. Isn't that nice? We're gonna pay her some money to see these pictures of the child that she just would not willingly show us. Is there a child? I don't know. But she's making us think a certain special kind of way, isn't she? Prince Harry and Meghan have shared first picture of baby Lilibet with the royal family in this surprising way. Now, I heard that they said they had shared pictures, and then I heard a source say that no, they hadn't shared pictures with the royal family. Where is Harry and Meghan's baby daughter, Lilibet Diana? Mysteries tend to get politically hushed up in the royal family. Now, so to this day, murkiness surrounds the death of Prince George, Duke of Kent, in 1942 in a military plane crash on a flight to Iceland, or what was the scores of highly personal letters from Diana, Princess of Wales, to the Queen Mother that Princess Margaret bizarrely destroyed in 1993. I wondered what those letters were. What did they say? Interesting. Okay, so this week there is another one that has thus far been largely overlooked. Just where is Lilibet Diana Mountbatten-Windsor? So why 5 weeks after her arrival at a hospital in Santa Barbara, a world away from the several £1,000s a night London hospital suites usually chosen for the arrival of tiny members of the House of Windsor, hasn't the world spied even on a peep of the wee tot? By contrast, days after he was born, her big brother Archie was introduced to the world via a very restrained press outing at Windsor Castle. So we see how we got attention from playing peekaboo with the first child. Well, we really playing some serious peekaboo now because we haven't seen the child in over a month. But yet this couple wants you to believe that they wanted privacy, but they play these games to get more attention towards themselves. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm paying attention to, these details, so people can really understand who this couple is and where they are coming from. It's very important, because if you're not paying attention to this, you can be taken for this woman and her games, to not really see what she is perpetuating here. And to me, it is perpetuating the constant lying. And it's essentially, it is constant. It is constant. So even since Harry and Meghan highlighted it to the sunny climes of California, bailing on royal life so they could escape ever having to open the Chelsea flower show or sit next to the Princess Michael of Kent, she of the Blackmore brooch. We remember that at dinner. Archie has kept popping up in public. To mark his first birthday in 2020, the Sussexes released an adorable video of the future prince listening to his mom read him Duck Rabbit in to help raise charity funds. So we remember that when the child showed up in a diaper, and you know, he looked like she wanted to give him the book. She kept saying, but the book, we're gonna read the book, Archie. He was just like, but the book, we gotta read the book. She kept trying to push that book in that child's face. I thought that was funny. So in December of that year, his voice was heard for the first time via a one and only podcast his parents have rustled up since signing a rumored $33.5 million deal with Spotify. Okay, I ain't heard nothing since. Is this my Mr. Otis? He always come make his debut. You hear me in here talking? Come here, he wants to say hi to everybody. Say hi. So in March of 2021, when the Duke and Duchess of Sussex sat down with Oprah to speak their truth and to rattle the monarchy down to the Queen's feelings, there was Archie in some suitable arty black and white footage gambling along a beach. And in May, for his second birthday, came a new image of the little boy holding on to a bevy of balloons, albeit photographed from the back to obscure his identity. Yes, we know we gotta always play peekaboo with the baby. Tacit acceptance of public interest in their son. So, you know, it's just kind of bringing people to the point where, okay, we kind of like, well, where's the baby? We want to see the baby. Oh my goodness, she ain't showed us the baby. We can't wait to see the baby. Where's the baby? Okay, we go sit back and wait because, you know, she playing peekaboo with the baby. Okay, we gonna keep waiting for the baby. Okay. Okay, we just gonna keep sitting back waiting to see the baby. Hum-de-dum. 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 Then all the while, she's creating more interest in the baby. Go figure. Because she says another thing. She says something completely different. She says she don't want people in her business and her privacy, but she's creating more allure and interest in the child by making people wait to see the baby. Yeah. Could it just be that she is, just perpetrating, kind of do the opposite of what she actually says? I would say so, folks. So it is a delicate balancing act, right? To reveal him too much, and the Sussexes will only open themselves up to criticism. So it's like essentially open him up to be criticized, or hide him away to risk people really trying to get the first pictures to make a lot of money off of the child. Either or, you're going to create something that is something you don't want, you say. So where is that same acknowledgement when it comes to their daughter, Lily? Why haven't they released some sort of picture of their little girl, even a la the 2019 Archie foot snap? Why can't you even do something like you did with Archie with the foot? You can't do that? So when Archie was born, Harry and Meghan were both still working as HRHs, and with that came a level of expectancy that they would share their son to some degree with the prying public. They would have to, because they were still a part of the royals. But now they're just kind of like, okay, we can do what we want to do, and we choose not to do nothing. We showing our power right now. Harry, let's show our power. Let's show we got the upper hand because we's in America. We can do what we want to do. And we ain't showing the baby now. So now that they are theoretically living on Civvy Street, that obligation is, in theory anyway, gone too. However, the reality of their new circumstances is, unfortunately, more complicated and oblique. Yes, it is. So like them or not, Lily is still 8th in line to the throne. And with that comes certain demands and pressures they will never, ever be able to escape, short of absenting themselves from the line of succession. Yeah. So you can still take your butt all the way to California, but you still want to have your child in line to succession? There's things that you are going to have to do. You're just going to have to do it. And you know this. So while they might be desperately want to be able to offer their daughter a level of privacy that Harry was never allowed to enjoy growing up in the royal fishbowl, the hard truth is that they do still occupy a strange, nebulous place between public figures and private citizens. Okay, there's no way around it. You're going to have to deal with it. Public or private. So which is why some sort of shot of Lily, a toe, a finger, one tiny hand holding an even tinier hand does not seem out of the question, while still not showing her face and thus protecting her privacy. Okay, they could do something. So heck, they could photograph any newborn's tiny digits. No one would be the wiser. This is not only the tightrope Harry and Meghan will have to walk when it comes to Lily in the coming weeks and months, because just what the dickens are they going to do about the christening? Oh yes, that's right. The christening. Generally, details about the royal baptisms are released at some point around the 6 to 7 week mark after a birth. A timetable that the Sussexes followed with Archie. So on July 1st, details about this or his ceremony were released, and less than a week later, a small gaggle of Windsors and friends of the couple pitched up a small private affair. At the time, the Duke and the Duchess's decision to bar the usual small clutch of vetted media from photographing the groups arriving at the chapel, as had been standard, and to not reveal the names of Archie's godparents set off a media storm. Yeah, people was like, well, can we just see y'all walk by with the baby? Can we just see y'all walk by? No, they couldn't do that. They were so private. And people had to say, you know, this christening didn't even happen the day that they say that it actually happened. Like, there was so much privacy and mystery around the birth and the christening. She's doing these things because she wants the media frenzy around it, because it's going to help her make more money. Remember what I said? She's mad at her dad for trying to look decent. Not make money, but just to look decent in the press. But here she is playing these same games with the press to make money. To make money. Can't even call her dad. to see how he's doing, to offer some support. Oh, but she can call Naomi Asaki to see how she's doing, a stranger. She plays the exact same games. The exact same games. But we're supposed to applaud her for never speaking to her father again. Doesn't seem right when you really, really, really look at what is happening. And no one's making this up. We're looking critically. We're thinking critically about what is actually happening to know that something deceptive is going on with this couple. And this is what we're talking about. This is what we are speaking about. We remember they were still beloved by the people of the UK. They were given the benefit of the doubt by the media here in America, saying, well, girl, let the girl do her. It's her choice. She cannot show the baby if she wants to. If she wants to have a private christening, let her do it. Like, people gave her the benefit of the doubt to let her do these things. Okay. But you don't want to show your baby to the public that supports you at this time? They were supporting them, paying their tax dollars so she could live in this situation of royalty, but don't want to show the baby to the people. It's just a baby. People have them every day. And essentially, when they're that young, they all pretty much look alike. What difference does it make? But we're still playing games. We're playing games, folks. So, in hindsight, the handling of Archie's christening was a turning point for the couple. What they did with this child after this christening, all the way to what ended up happening with their Mexit. It was just a forewarning to what was to come, carrying with it both potential to either improve or to further damage Harry's relationship with his family. Because I can almost assure you that they more than likely have not showed this child to the royal family. But what do I know? That's not been reported, so I'm just going to leave it as, well, maybe. So if the Sussexes were to decide that they wanted the christening to happen back in the UK, perhaps even in September, when it has been rumored that both Harry and Meghan will return to London, then it would be constructed as an olive branch after years of intra-family squabbling. Perhaps they could offer an olive branch by bringing the child in September. So quick, someone get the lily font from the tower and fetch the Archbishop of Canterbury. So basically, if they decided to hold their ceremony in California, precluding the Queen, who is no longer, we know, travels internationally, from attending, it would seem as nothing less than a clear rejection of the royal family. The three options for them around the christening of this child. So going back to what I was saying with this option of them having the christening done in September, where it would look like an olive branch to the royal family, basically, coming with the baby. Okay, I'm sorry for everything I've done. I'm sorry. Here's an olive branch. Here's the baby. Here is the baby. She could do that. Now, September is ways off. It'll be a little bit older, but hey, they could do that because the child could fly internationally. Second option, hey, have it in California, which you are purposely precluding the Queen from coming because she does not fly internationally. So it's just like, you don't care that the royals want you to have the christening in the UK. You're just going to have it in California and forget them. Because we know if she's going to be still in succession to the line of this throne, they have to abide by the church's obligations for the christening of this child, because the Queen is the head of the Church of England and they need to have a christening. I'm not sure that she even cares, to be quite honest with you, but anyway. So we don't know anything about the godparents. So ditto the godparents question. If they choose perhaps some A-lister names, and they are wholly throwing their lot with the new Hollywood besties. Could it be that there's a lot going on behind the private walls of this couple. Not much is being produced. And there is an article that I did see about the Netflix, that a lot of people are not going to come out to support things that they put out there and produce. They're not really making great headway with the many things that they are doing. And really holding back your child as a way to make money, it just looks bad. It doesn't look good at all. Lily has already made Windsor history as the first of the Queen's direct descendants to be born overseas and to hold dual citizenship from birth. Lily's life was and is always going to be one of firsts, and I suppose that fitting and namesake, two royal paradigm shaking pioneers. Women hell-bent on living their lives as they wanted. Should we expect anything else? No, and you shouldn't also expect when people that want to live and abide by their traditional rules do what they do. So you should be surprised if they decide to do what they want to do. It doesn't just go Meghan's way to make her own decisions and to do what she wants to do just because she is woman. Hear her roar. No, the royal family can do the same thing. Well, shoot, we got rules and traditions. How about we just tell you, go kick rocks? We ain't giving you nothing to the line of the throne, and just keep doing what you're doing, and we don't want to see you no more. And we cutting you off permanently. We don't want to see you, and we just going to be like, good riddance to you, girl. We don't want to see you and Harry until you wake up from your slumber of ignorance. We don't want to see you either. So don't be surprised if it goes both ways. But this is the problem. The royal family will face backlash because people will call them racist. Even though this is a woman who's never really lived as a black woman, but she can use that card. So the royal family is really in a predicament right here. Because if they show their upper hand and show their leverage with the things that they typically do, she gonna claim foul play and call out racism and use it as a way to weaponize her position. So where is the baby? What are they doing with the baby? Is there a baby? What will they do when it comes to the christening? Will they show that they are going to go to England despite the fact that don't nobody like them anymore? They're going to have the christening there. They're going to extend an olive branch. Are they going to have the christening in California and say, Queen, get your butt on a plane, don't forget you? Or are they just not going to have a christening and go against the rules of the church? They've got some choices to make. We want to wait and see what they decide to do. And we know that Prince William is dreading things with this couple. It's been reported that he is dreading their next move because they're trying to become influencers. And everything that they are doing right now looks like that. It looks like they are trying to create some kind of mystique around their child to make money. They're looking to brand their child to make money, to be influencers, to do something completely unprecedented when it comes to royal family. They don't want to live a simple, quiet life that would give them a great, simple life for their children and privacy. They have enough money to do that, but they're trying to live the high life. Because what? His wife is trying to live the high life. And with that comes all these games and all these things that she is playing. And what I want you guys to do is to think about why they left. They felt not supported by the Queen. They felt not supported by the palace. And ask yourself this: who is supporting them now while they live this isolated, secluded lifestyle, making these choices? No one's supporting them. But they couldn't do all this over in the UK and get support to the extent that the royal family was willing to give it. But still, you grown, live your life. You don't need to be supported. You are not an infant child needing someone to help you because you helpless. They didn't need the support of the royals, the palace. By their own admission, they don't even listen to the news, pay attention to the tabloids. So why do you care that the palace supports you with the press and what they're saying? The contradictions, they're lies, they're mistruths, they are illusions. And yet again, here we go with this child. More games, more games, more games. Well, we waiting to see what they're going to do. And until next time, peace and love. I love you. Bye-bye.